Welcome. In the next few minutes, we're going to tackle a huge question, one that's going to define the next decade of your life. Is AI going to make you better, or is it going to make your skills totally obsolete? So let's fast forward a bit. Imagine it's 2026. AI is everywhere. The big question we all have to answer is this. Is it a battery for your brain, something that supercharges what you can do? Or does it become a mental wheelchair, letting our most important skills just waste away? This is the core dilemma we're digging into today. Okay, so let's start with the sunny side of the street, the really optimistic view, this idea of AI as a fresh source of power for the human mind. Now, this external battery idea, it's really cool. It's not about replacing you, it's about giving you a boost. You know that feeling when you're stuck on a problem, just grinding your gears? Imagine getting this jolt of energy that helps you blast right through it and get to the more interesting, higher-level challenges. Think about it, all the tedious stuff, sorting through data, scheduling meetings, the boring calculations. What if AI just took care of all that? It would free up so much of our mental bandwidth to focus on the things humans are amazing at, coming up with creative solutions, thinking strategically, and actually connecting with other people. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? There is a much darker possibility here. A path where this amazing tool doesn't empower us at all. Instead, it just makes us completely dependent. And this leads to a huge new problem, something people are starting to call AI slop. See, because AI can turn out content so incredibly fast and cheap, we're just getting flooded with low-quality, soulless junk. It's ironic, isn't it? We used to worry about not having enough information. Now the real danger is drowning in a sea of digital garbage. Oh, you've totally felt this, right? You just want a simple recipe for, say, red braised pork. But before you get to the ingredients, you have to scroll through 3 paragraphs of AI-generated nonsense about the history of the Ming Dynasty, some fake ode to a grandmother's cooking, and a bunch of health warnings. It is so frustrating, and it's a perfect symptom of this much bigger problem. And this really gets to the heart of the difference. When a human creates something, it's often slow and messy. You do research, you think, you pour your unique perspective into it. It has a certain temperature, a human feel. AI, on the other hand, is basically a super fast keyword processor. It's insanely efficient, yeah, but that personal touch, that soul, it's just not there. So there's a name for what's happening here. It's called cognitive offloading. And look, it's not always bad, but when we use AI to completely bypass the mental heavy lifting, to just skip the learning process entirely, we're robbing our brains of a workout. And just like a muscle you never use, our cognitive skills can start to get weak and atrophy. So if the battery can run out and the wheelchair is frankly a terrifying prospect, what's the way forward? Well, it's not about throwing the tech away. It's about upgrading our whole approach to how we use it. And right here, this is the crucial choice. This is everything. The wheelchair model is totally passive. You let it replace your effort, and the result is your skills decay. But the exoskeleton model, that's active. It augments your effort, and the result is growth. I mean, think about a real-world exoskeleton, like in the movies. It doesn't just walk around for you. It only moves if you move first. It amplifies your strength, but it absolutely requires your input. We have to start treating AI in exactly the same way, as a tool that makes our own actions more powerful, not one that acts for us. Here's a really cool example. Imagine being a cyber artisan. You find a beautiful but broken ceramic pot. First, you scan it, capturing all its unique flaws. Then, you sit down with an AI and co-design a creative, beautiful patch for it. And finally, this is the key. You physically craft that repair with your own hands. You see, in that model, you are the creator. AI is just your incredibly powerful assistant. So, how do we actually do this? How do we thrive in this new world? We do it by building a new kind of competitive advantage, a protective moat around us made of uniquely human skills. These 5 skills, these are basically our superpowers. They're what separate us from the machine. An AI can calculate probabilities, sure, but it can't navigate the messy, irrational, emotional world of a human negotiation. It can write code, but it can't decide what's right and wrong. It can generate a picture, but it can't create a truly meaningful aesthetic experience. It can optimize what already exists, but it can't make that crazy, intuitive leap from 0 to 1. And it can never, ever fake genuine, warm, human empathy. When you boil it all down, it requires a huge shift in how we think about our own development. The future isn't about memorizing facts or mastering skills that can be repeated. AI is going to be better at that anyway. It's about cultivating our deep human intuition. That's the one thing that will always be ours. So, as we wrap this up, let's just be crystal clear about the roles here. Yeah, the machine is incredibly powerful, but you are still the one in a driver's seat. Let me leave you with this analogy. Think of a self-driving race car. The AI can calculate that you can take a corner at 200 miles an hour with a 99.9% chance of success. But you're the one in the car. You can feel the moisture on the track. You can feel the tires losing just a little bit of grip. The AI calculates the probability, but you, the human pilot, you are the one who is responsible for deciding whether to take that risk. Look, the technology is here, and it's not going away. You've been handed the keys. The choice between that mental wheelchair and the mental exoskeleton, it's entirely up to you. So which one are you going to choose?